Hey guys, my name is Devontae and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. Okay, so I gotta say this is gonna be one of those daunting tasks. This is gonna be one of the most daunting tasks I've ever had to go through when it comes to recording, because I'm about to record 2 shows at one time. I got my tablet currently on right now, which is showing Law and Order, and I got my TV on right now, which is currently showing me Big Bang Theory. In a minute, both of these shows are gonna have professional wrestling on them, and my God, am I not looking forward to this. Now, when the uploads actually happen, that's gonna be a completely different story, because this is the first time I've ever done this. It's historic for this channel. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. But with that being said and done, I wanna try to keep this up to a minimum as humanly possible without going too deep into depth, because I need to save as much time when it comes to the upload process as humanly possible. So NXT, let's see what we have on the tap for tonight. We have Roxanne Perez versus Asuka. Okay. Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes versus Gallus, which should be pretty interesting. I mean, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne has a lot of history, so that actually should be very, very interesting. Cody Rhodes makes a special announcement. And we have Carmelo Hayes with John Cena versus Bron Breakker with Paul Heyman. And even though they're not saying it here, even though they're bringing it up, oh shit, goddamn, yawned. Even though they're not bringing it up in general, I'm going to be the one to bring it up. As you guys know, 9 times out of 10, the Undertaker might show up. If that gong represented anything, the Undertaker most likely might show up. So this looks like a very promising card. I like it. I don't see anything else that's special. But, you know, Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes seems like a really, really fun match that should happen. I'm not familiar with who Roxanne Perez is outside. I think I've seen her wrestle a couple times now that I think about it. But it should be a pretty interesting match with her and Asuka. And, you know, Carmelo Hayes versus Bron Breakker. I seen a clip of their match a couple of months ago. That nasty-ass spear Bron Breakker did to Carmelo Hayes. So hopefully, you know, they can recreate some of that magic. And not to mention, we got John Cena and Paul Heyman in their corners. And just for, I don't know, like, surreal reasons, I kind of want to see Undertaker on NXT just to kind of know what it's going to feel like. Because, I mean, maybe it'd be a lot different if it was, like, the actual Phenom gimmick. But, like, you know he's going to come out to the American Badass gimmick. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But with that being said and done, let's get directly into this convoluted bullshit recording review thingamajigabob. You know the rest. NXT, let's go. You sons of bitches. Really? You dirty, dirty sons of bitches. Did you really? They decided to go 30 minutes ad-free. Bro, come on, man. Okay, so let me try to catch you guys up. So Cody Rhodes came out, excuse me, you know, his stereotypical entrance, you know, they're singing the song, although it does sound a little bit more intimate when he's coming out with the NXT crowd. I mean, he started it off with his whole little, you know, special, you know, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? And essentially, he just confirmed what everyone thought he was going to confirm. He said, I got a special announcement. What was your special announcement? He didn't say anything special, nothing cool, nothing fancy. He announced that it's going to be a breakout tournament for the men this time instead of just the women. And then he said it was going to be the Dusty Tag Team Tournament and another special announcement. Everybody's like, what's going to be the second special announcement? Well, apparently the second special announcement was supposed to be, or it's going to be, about him being a special guest referee for tonight's match with Ilhan Omar Dragunov versus Dominic Mysterio. He came out, he tried to introduce himself to Cody Rhodes, then Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley came out, and they started to bicker back and forth with all these 3 guys in the ring, and Cody Rhodes is like, you know what, I'm a general manager, which by the way was another special announcement. You see how lackluster these goddamn stupid announcements are? Okay, cool, fine, blast it in the past, cool, kick your ass, I like it, cool, I don't like it, I don't care for it. But essentially, that was a special announcement, which brought us directly into the Asuka match versus, what's the girl's name again? Roxanne Perez. I'm confused, though. Maybe I wasn't paying too close of attention, because, like, I'm not sure who's the... because Asuka is the heel, right? Because after the match, I won't... You know, I was going to jump really, really quick. After the match, you had some chick who tried to, like... What's her name again? I'm not even sure what the hell the girl's name is. Because Shotzi Blackheart was on commentary as if anyone gave a flying fuck. No one gave a flying fuck about this, but apparently Roxanne Perez, damn it, what the hell's her name again? Shotzi Blackheart. They combined both of the names. Shotzi and Roxy, there goes your new tag team right there. She was on announcements and she was saying words that I didn't really give a shit about either, whatever. And after the match, Roxanne Perez said Asuka, she kicked her in the head and do all this other stuff. She pinned her, keeping her NXT streak alive. Trust me, it was nothing special. As a matter of fact, in the beginning of the match, I could be wrong. I have to fast back, but I heard the crowd saying, "You fucked up. You fucked up." So I think there was a botch that happened. I was watching AEW at the same time. Please help me, folks. This is really, really fucking hard. But yeah, that happened. And, you know, some chick came out. I don't know her name. She tried to beat the crap out of her. Then Shotzi came out, attacked her, took her out, and boom goes to Dynamite. Speaking of Dynamite, let me get back to that real quick. Boy, goddamn, this is frustrating. I can only do this for so long. Okay, that was a pretty fun match. It was a 6-man tag. I didn't even know it was going to be a tornado tag match with the way they were talking. Oh, which, by the way, folks, I forgot to mention that LA Knight's going to be here tonight to be a special guest referee also. I think I said Cody Rhodes, so I can't remember. Again, folks, this is really hard, okay? Bear with me. But regardless, if I said Cody Rhodes, I'm a complete retard. No, I meant to say LA Knight tonight's going to be the special guest referee for that match between Ilya Dragunov and, the fuck is that dude's name again? Dominic Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero's real son. But that 6-man tag team match was actually really fun. I liked it. I didn't even know it was going to be a tornado tag match, essentially. I thought it was supposed to be something along the lines of just a regular tag team match, but apparently that wasn't really pertained to in the article that I read earlier in regards to going down the match. But that's okay. Regardless, though, this is just a garbage match. I kind of felt, you know what's funny? How is this NXT, but they had more resources in regards to doing weapon shots than the fucking Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura match. That felt like, you know, this match felt like a lot more hardcore than that match felt Mel did. But yeah, you got your typical garbage stuff. You know, Gallus did. They attacked them from behind before the match even started, and beat the crap out of them for a minute. They went back and forth. You got some pool cubes inside that match, and you got some trash can lids. They brought out a table. Well, they didn't really bring it out. I mean, I think it was Tyler Bate who got brought up through the table. You know, they brought out a bowling ball, if I remember correctly, in the match. You know, they just beat the shit out of each other in this match. They called it a pub bar match or whatever. You know, they got to put the little gimmick spin on it, but I thought it was fun though. I honestly thought it was fun. In the finish of the match, what's his name? What was the finish of the match again? Oh yeah, Butch, he tried to go for like a what was it again? He tried to go for an enzuigiri to I think the guy name is what is it, Joe Coffey? Is that Joe Coffey? I think I could be wrong, but I think it's Joe Coffey. He tried to go for an enzuigiri on him. Wait, hang on. Trying to remember the match. I actually took some notes. Let me see my notes again. Okay, yeah. So he tried to hit a powerbomb on him. And then Joe, he then went after Butch, and then they started going back and forth. Yada yada yada. Joe Coffey, whoever his name is, maybe it's not Joe Coffey. I don't really know his last name. I'm just gonna call him Joe Coffey though. He got sent through a table with the announcers, they called it like a Cerebrus bomb or something like that. And that's what got them the win. Tyler Bate and his team of misfits. But then after the match, because again, I'm watching both shows, and it's really, did I mention that it's really hard to keep up with this shit? Because it's really hard to keep up with this shit. And I could have sworn they were starting a brand new match, bro. Because like right after the match, like, or maybe it was the same match. It's really hard because this match is going on, and now the fucking match between fucking Orange Cassidy and that loser. What's that loser's name again? Fucking Ray Phoenix. They were going at it. So it's kind of hard to keep up with this stuff, but you kind of got the gist of it. Yes, folks, I'm not being entertaining right now. I'm just trying to fucking keep up with this shit. Help me out here. Okay, let's get back to AEW. Okay, so I like that a little bit. The promo package between Becky Lynch and what's her name, Lyra Valkyrie. I think I'm saying her name right. That was nice. I mean, they kind of go back in the past in 2018 and try to follow up on all that other stuff. Do I buy that was from 2018? Probably was, probably wasn't. I don't know. I really don't give a shit, but it's a nice way to build it up. And then they're talking to her backstage, and you get Tegan Knox coming back there, and Leah's like, hey, you know, you didn't beat Becky Lynch. You had the opportunity to, and you didn't do it, so fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face. I want to hear your bullshit. Boo-boo. You can stick your head in doo-doo. And then what's the name? John Cena came out, and he started to cut a promo. He was like doing this typical John Cena isms. I like your passion. Do you guys understand the passion that I'm passioning right now? Look at you. You're so full of passion. WWE runs through your veins and you got passion. The passion of Christ. The passion compels you. Passion. I'm like, oh God, John Cena, you're so fucking corny. And like, you know, they're saying, you know, I never thought I'd actually see an NXT crowd go, thank you, Cena. But then again, is this really an NXT crowd? Is this really an NXT crowd? I mean, what happened to the black and gold crowd who would probably go like, fuck you, Cena? I mean, I did find it kind of funny when Bron Breakker came out, which, by the way, never heard his entrance music before. I like the whole little touch that they kind of combine, you know, the opener to Scott Steiner's theme song and kind of gave it, you know, what's his name again? Rick Steiner's theme. So it's like the opener is is Scott Steiner's theme, then it goes directly into Rick Steiner's remixed version of his theme from WCW. I don't know, I thought that was really, really cool. He comes out, tries to make a name for himself against John Cena, and it didn't really plan out too well. He was like, you know what, John Cena, this is the future. And if you like your passion, then your future is gonna have to deal with me. So what do you say about that, Mr. Passion? Got some passion fruit in your passion. And John Cena was like, you know what? I'm about to fire your ass up. And then the crowd's like, bullshit, 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 Bron Breakker shucks. And John Cena's corny ass is just like, you know what? I like it when you guys switch the lyrics up. You're so full of passion. I made myself laugh. Fuck, I'm so corny. But no, John Cena turned to Bron Breakker. Fuck, I'm so corny. And he's like, yo, dude, let me give you some word of advice, okay? Chill the fuck out and good luck in your match tonight. Here, shake my hand. And Bron Breakker's like, I should shake your hand. I'm going to shake your hand. No, the fuck, I'm not punching the head. I'm going to set you up for the spear. And then I'm not going to get spear. I'm not going to spear. I'm going to get caught in the AA and then push it off and then roll out of the ring because I'm a stereotypical heel. And that's usually how John Cena promos have been going for the better part of nearly 15 years now. So that's perfectly fine. Actually, more than 15 years. Nearly 20 years. So I'm talking really fast for no reason. Can't stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing that right about now. That promo was actually pretty goddamn boring for all intents and purposes. But I see LA Knight. Well, actually, you know what I seen beforehand? I seen Baldhead Corbin. So, you know, hopefully that's the thing. Oh, and Cody Rhodes had an interaction with those team of jabronis from New York or New Jersey, wherever the hell they are, Mr. Sleep with the Fishes. They came out with some convoluted bullshit battle royal match for next week, so you guys might care about that. And if you don't, I really don't give a fuck. But with that being said, right now, LA Knight's in the ring. Yeah! And we got Dom Dom in the ring. No! And we got Ilya Dragunov in the ring. Ew! So let's get on with that match right there. God damn, there's so much ass on my TV. Oh my God. Toni Storm is thicker than a bitch. I'm not going to actually talk about any of the women matches, but between her and I'm seeing this Elektra Lopez chick, god damn, swivel them hips. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Okay, I gotta pay attention. Gotta focus. Okay, let's talk about Ilya Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, I didn't really care too much for this match. This match was kind of shitty. It was kind of boring. I mean, they tried to do their thing, but, you know, like, it was kind of boring. They didn't really do anything, and, you know, you get to the finish, and I mean, maybe because I like Ilya Dragunov. I've seen his match with what's his name? Who's the guy? Let's say Dominic Mysterio. He could be like his father or big brother or something. Oh yeah, Gunther. I seen his match with Gunther, and I thought that shit was cool. But you know, like, I don't know. Like, I seen this match right here, and I kind of left a lot to be desired. But nevertheless, though, you had a bunch of interference, and that's something else too. You sent out JD McFucking-Dunna. I mean, pretty smart. You don't want to send out Damian Priest and Finn Balor because they're the bigger stars. You're already overloading the card. Why go out your way to do that? But then at the same time, is that really smart? Because, like, why the fuck isn't the rest of the Judgment Day there to help out? I mean, did something happen to Damian Priest? Did something happen to Finn Balor? I'm not sure. Like, maybe they're tag team and they're focused on other tag teams and they just said to themselves, let's not focus on these tag teams. And I'm not really sure. regarding why they didn't show up with Dominic Mysterio to help him out in his NXT World Championship match. And then LA Knight, out of just putting his hands on anybody, LA Knight, you are the referee, okay? You are LA Knight, the referee, not LA Knight, referee for some basketball game. You can call any missed calls you want to over there because they're a bunch of cheaters anyways. I heard through the grapevine. That's not me saying it. But you are a referee for WWE NXT, so you should not cheat. You're a cheater. You hit up. When was the last time you guys seen a match where Earl happened to win out of his way to put his hands on a wrestler? Okay, maybe a bad choice. What about Charles Robinson, huh? You never see him put a hands on a wrestler? I mean, maybe outside of WCW when he was like Little Nate, but that's not my point. Okay, I'm not making my case here all too appropriately, but you get what I'm saying. Don't put your hands on the goddamn wrestlers when you're the goddamn referee. Goddamn, ain't that really hard not to do? Regardless, though, he ended up hitting his little freaking, what's he called? The BFT on what the fuck is that motherfucker's name again? JD McDonough. God damn it. There we go. And then Ilya Dragunov, he did like this little running uppercut shit. I think he called, what's he called it? I think I heard on the announcer. It's Booker T, the Torpedo Moscow. All right. Fucking God. Busting around looking at ass. But he ended up pinning him afterwards. And then like Baron Corbin came out and he tried to like distract Ilya Dragunov, which he kind of did because then from behind and Flapjack came out. And then he in the back of the head or kicked him in the mouth or whatever. And he was like, I got next shot. I have to redeem myself. I need, dare I say, retribution. Yeah, sure you do, fathead ass nigga. But no, then afterwards you had John Cena. He's like talking. Or actually, Cody Rhodes was talking to Baron Corbin for a while. I kind of missed most of the dialogue for that because I was too busy watching AEW. But that's okay. It's okay. And John Cena, he was talking to Trick Williams and then like, you know, talking to Carmelo Hayes, trying to give them a bunch of advice. He's just like, in order to make it into this company, you have to be at least blacker than me or blacker than what I used to be. And you guys aren't there yet. Trick Williams is like, but I am black. I'm blacker than you currently right now. And I was blacker than you when you were black, John Cena. And John Cena's like, nah. You have to be black like me, but you have to look white. So you be okay to go up the card. And I'm just joking around, folks. I'm not a BLM activist or anything like that. I want to be, just so I can infiltrate them and destroy them from within. But that's okay. Oh, and Jade Cargill, speaking of black, brought her juicy booty ass over here too. She was introduced to Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was like, wow, look at you. We're both in common. I have no hair and you have no hair. That's all weave. You don't get the joke? That's fine. You don't live in the hood. With that being said, though, let me go back to ignoring these two women matches and jacking out to them instead. Let's continue with the show. Whoa. Okay, so that does it for NXT. And you know, I will say, because currently right now, it looks like AEW is about to go off the air right now with all this convoluted bullshit that's going on in the ring. But speaking of convoluted bullshit, I want to talk about right now what's going on for NXT, because that's what this review is all about. And, you know, I like Carmelo Hayes. I really do. And I like Bron Breakker. But there's a reason why they had to ask for all the stars to show up on NXT tonight. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why they had to call for all the stars to show up, because if it was just this main event, if it was just these talents showing up and whatnot, I can kind of see why NXT was getting their asses kicked by AEW. It's not even to say that AEW was overall the better programming. It's to say that, man, it took John Cena and Paul Heyman to get me hyped up to want to see this match, if that makes any sense. Look, Bron Breakker is a great, impactful character, and I think he'll do big business as time goes on. As time goes on, he'll do big business. Same thing can be said about a Carmelo Hayes as time goes on also. This match wasn't it, though. I'm sorry. This match wasn't it. I was kind of bored till we got up to the finish, honestly. And maybe it could be the fact that Bron Breakker is still kind of green to a lesser degree. It could be the fact that, you know, Carmelo Hayes probably going over for me was not the right idea. I talked about the optics in my AEW Dynamite review, but I want to talk about the optics here too. And it's to have Carmelo Hayes beat him 3 times when he's half his size. And I know people are going to probably be like, oh, John Cena, you know, he got involved with the stairs. Then, you know, he was distracted. Bron Breakker, that is. He was distracted by the fight between Solo Sikoa and John Cena. I can only stretch that far enough, because Carmelo Hayes ended up hitting a code breaker on Bron. He ended up hitting a code breaker on Bron Breaker, and then he threw him into the ring, and then he hit him with the nothing but net, the little leg drop he does off the turnbuckle, which is ironic because that's John Cena's signature move, or one of his signature moves. I mean, he doesn't do it like Carmelo. Carmelo looks like he's doing a midair scissors kick, if anything. But regardless, though, when everything was all said and done, as notated before, Carmelo Hayes ended up getting the win off of Bron Breakker. And then afterwards, Bron Breakker speared Carmelo Hayes to get the heat back. But, man, nah, that just doesn't work for me, man. When you have a guy that size beating you 3 times in a row, it just doesn't work for me. Although Carmelo Hayes did eventually qualify for some triple threat matches going to happen next week with Baron Corbin and Dominik Dijak, or Dominik Dijakovic, or Flapjack, or Slapnuts, or Dickhead. I don't know what the hell you call him nowadays. He qualified for a triple threat match for them to have a number one contender shot for the NXT championship. And then afterwards, if you try to get his heat back, and I understand in the end of the day, it is the Undertaker. He made it that obvious also in the promo when he was like, I'm the biggest badass in NXT. It's like, oh, good God. The setup is so fucking cringe. Undertaker came out and he ended up going a little bit back and forth with him. Bron Breakker pulled out the cliche, old man. Look at you, old man. Here's my insult. So I'm going to use old man as an insult because apparently old man is a goddamn insult, because I would much rather be the fucking Undertaker, who's an old man, the goddamn Bron Breakker right now, losing 3 times in a row to a skinny fucking midget like Carmelo Hayes. That's fine, though. That's fine. They went back and forth for the microphone. As I said before, he called him an old man. Taker was like, well, essentially, he didn't really say much. Just like, I got some word of advice for you. You know, like, this old man could probably beat your ass. That's essentially what he said. I can't remember what he said word for word. I can't remember what he did overall. Did he hit him with the microphone? I turned my head for like 2 seconds to check out the Luchasaurus and Edge match, which was actually a pretty damn good match. I don't know if he hit him with the microphone. That's what it sounded like. And then afterwards, hit him with either the tombstone or the chokeslam. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. It's the Undertaker. His presence alone means all. And honestly, that's what saved this segment from me, was the fact that Undertaker being in NXT, such a surreal fucking sight, by the way. Could have used more of that in the opener, to be perfectly honest with you. But otherwise, he left, and that was pretty much the end of the show. And tonight, I thought NXT was not really all that good, honestly. I'll tell you which one I liked better between NXT and Dynamite, because I didn't really find Dynamite compelling also. I'll talk more about that if you guys want to go check out the review for that show. But I didn't really find NXT to be all that compelling for the most part. I thought the opener... What was the opener? I didn't even tell you. What was the opener again? I got my notes right here. Hang on for a second. Just to go through all these matches. I thought the 6-man... Was the 6-man match the opener? I think the 6-man match was the opener, if I remember correctly. Right? I think. Because they had the whole 30 minutes free shit. It probably wasn't even a 6-man. I forgot what the fuck it was, dude. What the fuck ever? I'm trying to think. What the fuck was the opener? Because the 6-man tag match happened after... No, I think it was the opener, right? The 6-man tag match. Because the opener was Cody Rhodes having his long, drawn-out promo saying absolutely fucking nothing. Then the 6-man promo match, which I didn't find all too compelling, especially when you see those kind of spots every day in professional wrestling regardless. Then you have the Asuka match, which was not fun at all to watch. In fact, they kind of botched a little bit for the majority of the match. Had to go back to, rewind to see all that stuff. John Cena had a pretty boring promo with Bron Breakker, and Ilya Dragunov and Dom Dom I didn't really care too much about. And then you had this main event right here. Yeah, this wasn't all too good. The segments were boring. The matches weren't all too fun. I could have done a lot without seeing most of this shit on the show. But don't get it twisted. I didn't find NXT a good show also. If you want to go check that out, check out the review for that. Go for it. Do your thing. I'll give you my consensus on both shows and tell you who won. Not consensus, I give my consensus, but I'll tell you who won tomorrow when we get the numbers, because I don't think you guys are going to predict who I think won the show. But with that being said, folks, as always, my name is Devontae. Don't forget to check out the AEW review. Deuces, P-Eyes.